Okay, so trying something a bit different. Does it matter which way this thing goes on? I think it goes this way. I'm gonna try the half X zoom at night, see if it's any different or any better. I always did the 1X zoom because I don't know, I felt like it was better to focus it. Okay. So so the selfie stick, dog took a shit somewhere. It is backwards, but no, it's not backwards. Okay. So the selfie stick, I might need my light because this completely blinds me from seeing what I want to see. Okay. Smells like crap here. Oh yeah, there's some crap. I don't know if you can see it. There's a big pile on the ground. Probably can't see it, so there it is. Alright, 1 second. That's a pile and a half. See, there's a lot of shit. You can't see, you can't smell snakes, so fuck. So we're about to hit May. Sell in May. Go away, actually. I gotta go away from my hikes because it's not even, it's cool, but it's not cold, so there's a chance for some snakes to still be out, that because they're coming out later on in the day, like 5 p.m. They start to come out. During the heat of the day, they hide in the shade. I explained this, okay? So now I gotta do my hikes at night, but I risk meeting them. So at night, when it's cooler, at least like April, May, June, July, and August, forget about night hikes. There's no way. It's just nice and warm and toasty. For snakes, it's like 80 degrees. Perfect temperature for snakes. So like 25 degrees Celsius or something. It's perfect. Snake, they could just go out at will. They love that sun. They love the heat. They were actually, you do have bright, like albino snakes, but in general, snakes are dark colors, or at least have a lot of black or gray on them, because it allows them to absorb the heat of the sun when there's not a lot of sun. You might think, oh, they're just in deserts and it's always sunny. No, there's a lot of times a year where it's not sunny. So when it's really sunny, because they're dark skinned, they got to get in the shade. But when it's not that sunny, when there's just a little bit of sun, they're going to be cruising out there. And that's the benefit of having a darker pigmentation. Anyway, there's something about snakes. And cold-blooded animals in general, you want darker. But then you have lizards that are green. It's like pale green. Anyway, I guess, but that's for camouflage, I think. Well, not an expert on herpetological creatures. Anyway, amphibians, reptiles. I have no idea. It's a little bit on snakes that I've read. So, we're gonna do a crypto vlog here. So the downside about going out at night is you have all the creatures. So not only do snakes come out when it's not burning, but we have the carnivores, the top level food chain right under humans. We have like coyotes. In some regions you'll have bears, wolves, pretty plentiful. Most of North America and Europe and Asia, I guess. Africa has wolves too. A few. Anyway. So yeah, these carnivores, unarmed, you don't want to be unarmed. Luckily I'm in a small pack. I mean, it's enough that they're small, but it creates the illusion that they're big. So, of course, unless they're like two apex predators like lions or cheetahs, then it doesn't fucking matter that I have these little guys. But if these guys are like larger carnivores, maybe like hyenas, and I had 5 of them versus 2 lions, yeah, it would help. But they're not hunters. I mean, they're not near lion level predators. So again, luckily I'm not going to meet any lions or cheetahs here. The biggest prey animal I could meet would be a mountain lion, which could weigh up to 200 pounds. So close to 100 kilos, but for the larger ones, most of them are like, I guess 75 kilos, 100 to 150 pounds. Oh, more poop. But they're super rare, encountering one. Like I said, there's only about 35 or 40 of them in the Los Angeles area, so super rare. And they're gonna hide if possible, and they're not gonna, just because of their size, only weighing 200 pounds versus like 500 pounds, a lion. We're not gonna encounter. They're gonna tend to run because 50-pound dogs could definitely take down a 200-pound mountain lion, given the chance, or just annoy them enough. There's a video on YouTube actually of 3 50-pound dogs, and then like a 10-pound Jack Russell taking down a mountain lion. Not taking them down, but forcing them away. Anyway, should I talk about crypto? So yeah, it's about, I guess, 20 degrees Celsius, about 70 degrees Fahrenheit right now. So it's definitely not cold, but well, maybe because I'm wearing this outfit shirt still keeps me warm. But I can look. We got the frogs out. If the frogs are out, we can have snakes basically. But this is the lower extreme of the snake's preferred temperature. 70 degrees to 90 is ideal. So we're starting to go inside, and they're gonna run away from us too. But they're not gonna be sunbathing. They're not gonna be hiding in the shade. They will be underground trying to get away though. But they might be close to their holes just for protection. But they're pretty good at hiding, actually, escaping predators. Sorry for the snake talk. Okay, so all the night vlogs, now I'm like on high alert. All the night vlogs I've done, now I'm on high alert because of the incident the other day. A week ago, actually. Okay, so you want to hear about it? I'll tell you about it. Gotta be in the mood. Sorry, I was just distracted a little bit. Here's what I see right now. Some more light. Okay, so crypto vlog. How long was that intro? Pretty long. Crypto vlog, April 29th, 2023. A few things I want to talk about today. I can also step on scorpions. But I've never seen a scorpion. I don't think I have. I've seen tarantulas though. I don't think they're venomous. Crypto vlog, April 29th, 2023. I said that twice. Here we go. Talk about a few things. First of all, I want to talk about the sweet whitelists. I talked about going into Discord, OTC, Telegram, and buying them. $45 allocations. I said it would probably cost you upwards of like $200. It actually only cost $100 in a lot of cases for the count in the KYC. They're going for, well, should I do it here or here? I don't know if you like my face. I like to mix it up a little bit. Okay, so they're going for another pooper. No, here. That's a pooper. You got a pooper right there. Oh yeah, there's some poop there. There's some poop there. Hi, she's still looking for a spot to poop. Oh, she's good. Okay, so $100 investment. Some people are paying upwards of $1 per SWE. It was 1,500 tokens at 3 cents. So $1,500, 15x return. I told you should have got a bunch of those accounts if you barely had any money. That was the way to go. Super great payoff. Oh, sorry, I forgot. 50% win rate. So you would have needed 2, so $200. So only about a 7x return, 7.5x. It's actually more. $1,000 seems to be the selling price right now on them. So about 67, 70 cents a token. The dollar price is like the maximum price they're going for, which would be $1,500 for the lot, $750 return per account. So yeah, these plays, this is one of, like, I have so many tools in my arsenal, I forget and I'm confused a lot of times which is the best play. That's why when an opportunity arises, I like to tell everybody to get in, and that's why I do these vlogs, to tell you to get in those freaking plays. So SWE, definitely a great play, how to turn multiple $100 allocations into around $1,000. I wanted 100 accounts, but I was just too tired. I was worn out. So that was like $50,000 missed for me. So 40,000, whatever. 800 times. And every time I see a fucking thing like this, hey. This is actually coyote poop. A close-up shot of that. As you can see the difference between coyote and dog poop. It's berries mixed with fiber and protein. Their diet is mostly berries and mice. They don't catch a lot of big prey, although there was I don't know if I'll have time, but there was a deer carcass. I don't think I'm gonna go over there. I wanna stay off the grassy area for now. There was a deer carcass that the coyotes probably took down near the water hole, near the frogs. So it's probably taking a little drink, and just 10-second lapse and awareness allowed the coyotes to get the upper hand. Probably 2 or 3 coyotes would be needed to take down a deer. Okay, so that's SWE. So definitely a big miss if you weren't in it. I don't mind being like, so I'm back over $200,000 liquid, and I have 100,000 in Miladies. It's a little bounce on Pudgies finally after bleeding from 7th to 4th from January. Actually, Pudgies peaked early in January, right at the start of the echo, from January to April, 7th to 4th. The USD value didn't really change. It sort of stayed around 8,000, but now it's sort of bounced to 4.5 finally. I don't know if it's a dead cat or it's going up. So I think I have 10 Pudgies. I actually had to sell 2 to get a little more liquid to go into Dymo last week. So very rarely will I sell an NFT. If I'm selling an NFT to go into a play, it sort of means it's a really big play. So SPA bounced. It peaked at 9.6 cents. No, 0.96 cents, and then it dipped to 0.8 cents. I only bought 5K. Like normally I was buying 10K clips. I'm like, I don't know how low this thing is gonna go. Let me buy 5K at 8.2 cents. And of course, 8 cents, 0.8 cents was the bottom, sorry. So yeah, I still think if the market remains healthy for meme coins and meme pumps like this, I still think it's going to 2 cents and beyond. So that's a 2x from here, or 2.5x from here. Well, at 0.8 cents, it would have been 2.5x if it hit 2 cents. So yeah, if it doesn't list next week, then I feel like we're getting closer and closer to the end, because Bitcoin sort of topped at 30,000. I said in yesterday's vlog, look, the buyers aren't really coming anymore. The volume's completely dead. It got cut by 2/3 since the last week in March, since we first broke 27,000. So this is just alts, the alt party, whatever. People are like, why aren't Binance alts pumping? Because they pumped from freaking January to March, January to February, and then they dipped, and then March they rebounded. But they had all these parabolic moves. We had AGX doing like 10x or 15x. I don't know, remember. All the AI coins, all the meme coins, the narratives. It's just Rio. Remember the microcaps, Rio and Kanto. Rio actually topped at 42 cents. Of course, the mainnet, the alpha launches, and it's sell the news like 9 out of 10 times, right? The mainnet launch is sell the news. So you could have shorted. MEXC was the only place with futures, and they gave you a 25 Rio limit, so 25K. So the 10, but they don't require KYC, so you could have just opened 10 accounts and shorted 10K times 10, 100x. Well, of course, there's always a risk with shorting. You don't know how high it goes, but if you were playing the mainnet sell the news, you could have capitalized on that and made 50% return, almost 50%. Because what's the hype? Where's the hype after the mainnet launches, right? You need a catalyst to keep going and keep going. Real world assets. People are saying RWAs, tokenized real world assets. Suzu talked about it in 2020, 2021, saying how tokenized versions of real world assets. So you buy a token, it represents, say you buy a fraction of a token that represents a house, like 1/1,000,000th of a house or 100 millionth. This is the idea, so multiple people can split real world assets, or you could just buy the freaking token and but how do they make it stable, the price? That's what's weird. So I guess equity, the token represents equity in the house, the real dollar amount, so you can transfer that equity, that ownership. Of course, the realtor or buyer or seller has to be okay with accepting a cryptocurrency for real world RWAs, real world assets. So we are at the early stages. There's a bunch of tokens that qualify. I wish I could name them off the top of my head, but I can't. So that's just an intro to RWAs and Rio, X Rio. That was one of them. So until a famous person actually uses an RWA and a bunch of people get on board, kind of like we saw with Bored Apes, to go parabolic from 30 ETH to 150 ETH, we're not going to see a real jump in these RWAs after the mainnets go live. People tried to push the RWA narrative season, but it didn't really happen. But anyway, I like to keep these at 20 minutes just to do a couple parts, but and the processing is a little faster, but I can do 30. I don't know. I mean, I feel like I can talk for 40 minutes, so I might do 20 and 20 or 20 and 25. So I'll do that. That way you can bust them out. You see like a 30-40 minute video, you're like, oh, am I really gonna watch this? I'll just throw it on in the background. It helps keep your focus a little, or you can just watch them as you go to sleep. It's these videos are just to give you some ideas of what to put your money into or what to focus on, but there's so many different plays and options. Talked about NFTs. Milady's, yeah, sort of losing steam. The dead cat back to 3 ETH or 2.9, and then they're bleeding out. They just, fucking everything I see is like, is it a snake? Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it's a little too cold, so they're like, the snakes are getting away right now, so pretty confident. But the coyotes, maybe on the way back you'll hear one howling. Do I have everyone? I'm missing Barack Barker. Hopefully he's in front. He's not in front. I don't think I left him in the car. I remember loading him in the car. Shit. Let me just I'll stand here for a second. Hopefully he turns up. Unless he's chewing on a bone. Barack Barker. And I'll close this vlog out and get ready for part 2. Talk about some more memes and pumps. I actually don't. I'm hoping he's right in front of me. Barack Barker, where are you? Brocky! I gotta turn back if he's not here. Brocky! There's a chance I left him in the car. No, I left the door open for long enough for him to jump out. Unless he was still in the front seat. Shoot, I was a little distracted. No, he would have been yipping. Brocky? Let me just find this guy. Oh, there he is. Okay, cool. He's by Liberty. Let's see if we can see him. Brocky, I was calling her name. Why don't you come to me? Okay, so part 2.